Welcome to the Road Soda Podcast. The Road Soda Podcast is your entertainment podcast on the go. Your host Isaiah Cooper and Kristie, and an occasional third wheel, present a variety of fun segments from offbeat news to Netflix reviews, with interludes from our sponsors and parent company, Popco Brands. Fasten your seatbelts and please listen responsibly to Road Soda. Hello and thank you for cracking another Road Soda. Chicken soup for the podcast listener's soul. Doesn't ring any...
I know. I love when you make a banger, and I like to really sit there and make you sweat it out while you just look at me.
You got a banger? Is that what that is? On this episode, after being beat by plantain leaves, the wizard was saved by the town vigilante. Churches are strip clubs, and bars are churches, and the girl never existed. All this and more will make perfect sense in the course of this episode.
What about tuna fish?
Don't do it. Don't eat the tuna salad sandwich or the egg salad sandwich from a truck stop. I'm pretty sure that's...
But the cheeseburgers and the chicken is good.
Yeah, it's different.
Oh my God.
It's different. It's not fish and eggs. Everybody knows that. Everyone.
Would you rather eat a Speedway cheeseburger or a racetrack tuna fish sandwich?
Speedway sad burger. I'm Isaiah Cooper. With me is the airbags that save lives. The girl with the biggins. The Checha Betchas ready for winter. Kristie.
That was nice.
Yeah, it's nice. She's like chewing it. She's like... The girl with the big ass titties. So nice.
Thank you.
We had a pretty awesome week.
Yes.
A lot of lingering.
Kind of.
Yeah.
I did not.
You're not a puker.
I'm really not.
But, I mean, this week, I wouldn't have known better. We got sick. My baby boy.
Everybody got sick.
Everybody got sick. My baby boy came around on the back end of some kind of stomach bug and just passed it around like...
To everybody.
Like playing cards.
It went from him, to you, to me, to my sister's boyfriend, to my mom.
Yeah. It's weird that it went from you to your sister's boyfriend.
No, I must have got that timeline out of order.
Yeah, it is weird because I'm pretty sure I gave it to your sister's boyfriend when... and your mom. I'm pretty sure that was all one go. But yeah, you were down for the count. It was constant. It was like I was not allowed to take a shit because the length of my shit is longer than the intervals where you were not puking.
Yeah. It was like every 6 minutes for like 7 or 8 hours.
And there was no toilet.
We got a one bathroom house.
We got one bathroom, so it's either I shit in the sink or I just hold it in.
And I was like really terrified. I was like, okay, I can force myself to give you 10 minutes, but I just knew that if I went in that shit-ridden bathroom afterwards, after you,
maybe it would have cleared it up.
No,
Uh-oh. Someone's not on the inside. We gotta pause for Oz. Mr. Ozzy's here with us in the studio. How could we ever forget?
Ozzy stayed by my side that whole time.
Yes, he was.
That was seriously, like, sincerely, one of the sickest times I've ever been in my life.
Yeah, you were hurting. And then
I was crying.
You were crying. But, I mean, that's no different than any other Monday or Tuesday, you know?
You always say that. But I guess I do. I'm always like, I was crying. Yeah. Again. I made you change me. I couldn't even move.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I had to change your diaper. It was pretty bad. We had big wipes.
What are you trying to say?
That you're an adult, so you don't have baby wipes. You have a big adult wipes. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter who you are. Your ass is bigger than a baby's. Especially my kid who has the absence of any ass.
Does he?
Yeah, it's just the flattest little.
Is it really? I don't think I've ever. He doesn't really run around.
He's just got two legs. That's it. Poor
he gets
kid.
that from you, huh?
Oh, that was an ass burn. For your ass burn.
Lawrence has got the most adorable little cocoa beans.
Cocoa bean butt?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, so it was pretty rough, but we made it through. We made it on the other end. What else happened?
Everybody got sick. My brother did not get to make it onto chode soda.
He didn't because you ruined it.
I ruined it.
Which, hey, what else? If whenever Kristie ruins something, drink. That's the road soda drinking game. So take a drink. Yeah, we were supposed to record on that Tuesday.
Yeah.
And that was like the day, like Monday night. You were like, bah.
No, it's Tuesday
actually Tuesday. Yeah, because
Monday was you.
Because Monday I was sick, and I was like telling you, I was like, shit's not right. I had like the worst night's sleep on Monday because all day Monday I was like trying not to. I was like breaking out in cold sweats and just trying not to fucking puke and live in my worst life. And then that morning I woke up and I ended up going to sleep on the couch because I couldn't sleep. I was like, I just couldn't get comfortable. I was hot and sweaty and it was miserable. And then you came out and you're like, I was like, I think I'm sick. And you're like, maybe you're like allergic to work. And I was like,
dude, I was just gonna.
And I was like,
oh my God, I'm the worst girlfriend
and I was
ever.
like, yeah, or maybe I'm like sick.
Dude, I was literally just gonna say that.
And then like a few hours later, I get a text from you and you're like, hey, did you have any of that Thanksgiving food, the leftovers? And I don't think I answered because I might have been asleep at the time. Because I tried to, I really tried
to work. How do you love me?
And then I,
dude.
And then I get a text saying, hey, did you eat any of that Thanksgiving food? And I didn't answer a little while later. And you're like, I am puking so bad. My stomach hurts so bad. I think I'm dying.
Yeah, I got sent home from work.
Because you thought it was, the Thanksgiving food.
I was going to say, it's just like really funny because I remember when I forgot that I asked you if you were allergic to work like a bitch. And
I was like, I don't know, Kristie, are you allergic to work? What are you doing home so early?
Yeah, I was like on my way to work. And I FaceTime my sister every single morning on my way to work. And I was like definitely making fun of you. But like in a very lighthearted manner. I wasn't like talking shit about you.
See what happens?
But we were like making fun of you, you know? And I told her that I said, are you allergic to work? And she was like, dude, what is wrong with you? You did not say that to him. I'm like, yes, I did, dude. I'm like, yeah, right. He was sick last. I'm like,
that's so funny.
Yeah, it's so funny. What's wrong with him this time? And then like literally 2 or 3 hours later, and I got it so much worse than you did. It was just like instant karma. I was just gonna say
that's because the universe loves me.
I know. I thought it was funny that I was talking shit about you, and then making fun of you, and then you reminded me that I asked if you were allergic to work. Why do you love me? Because
I don't have to. When you do something like that, I don't have to worry about anything. I just okay, you know.
The universe will take care of it.
And then a little while later, hey babe, what are you doing home so early?
Yeah, but I was like,
what's going on?
Saying it in kind of like a joking manner, but like a little bit of like bitchiness under there.
Oh, I could tell.
You know, like we banter and pick on each other a lot for fun.
Oh, I know when it's real. Like when you scream, "Fuck the Jews!" I know when it's real. If you guys want to stick around for that treat later in the show. Looks like she got a little pent up something.
Why am I like this?
Welcome to the Fourth Reich, starring Kristie. And she's not sick anymore. Don't worry about that. Yeah, I think just the other day you were still kind of feeling it. Just
Today
like yesterday.
is the very first day that I actually feel myself.
Yeah,
normal.
You really had to like dry out and get everything out, and then reintroducing new stuff. When you've emptied that much shit out, reintroducing new stuff is never. It's never easy.
It was like everything I put in my body was fucking painful. And my mom could every time you like think you're okay, and it just comes in waves. And I'm like, dude, I am not okay. What is wrong? Today's the first day that I like felt normal.
Well, maybe you'll think twice next time about your jokes. I'm holding up close. Your jokes.
I asked if you were allergic to work, and then you missed maybe just a handful of hours that you like had to make up, and then I missed 5 days of work, 4 days, 4.5 days of work, 4 days.
Yeah.
And it turns out I'm allergic to work.
Turns out.
Can't go back to that bullshit.
So bad. They don't even want you. They're like, we don't even want you here.
They wouldn't let me come back. They really wouldn't. I tried. That was Tuesday. And then Wednesday I tried to go back. Or I didn't want to go back to work. Thursday I tried to go back. And then they said, no, I can come back Friday. And then I called them and told them I was fine. And I ended up finding out that the girl I was talking to on the phone, Cindy, told everyone how awful I sounded. but I think I was like really trying to turn it on because I like want money.
Right.
Because like, why not? Mm-hmm. And so she must have like smelled through all my bullshit. Good story.
She sounds like shit.
She...
I think she wants to work. You know what I'm going to do? Tell her she can't. What a treat. What a treat. It was a fun week. I enjoyed it. I only had to work like 7 hours on Saturday. It's like, fucking A. But we had Adelaide again, and he wasn't sick, and here we are.
Yeah, that was actually, that was a nice weekend.
It was a nice weekend. It was a good week. And I couldn't have wished for you to be sicker at a better time than after a shitty, mean joke. That's why I love you. That's why I love you. It's like I wouldn't have been able to write it better in my sitcom.
Yeah.
Wife comes in, talks mad shit about husband being sick. 2 hours later, wife comes home work, sick as shit. Much more sick than the husband was. Why? Because the husband's a man and handled it like one.
I know,
and the wife cried and laid on the bed and acted like she couldn't move for 3 days.
I really couldn't. I made you change my socks because if I lifted up my feet, I was
Oh, you didn't make me do that.
Yeah, I did.
I did it for you, just on my own. If you want to act like in your head, like you did something to make me...
I asked you.
You didn't ask for me to put your socks on.
I didn't?
There was no verbalizations of the socks. You just
I need
asked
fuzzy
for
socks.
Yeah, that's all you said. You didn't say to put them on.
I had on thick sweatpants, thick fuzzy socks, a shirt, a sweatshirt, a big fuzzy blanket, and a comforter. Mm-hmm. That's sick.
That is sick. That's thick.
I can't believe I asked you that.
All right, everybody, let's get on with the show. It's enough of this stupid ass banner. Let's get to the news, what everyone really likes. Okay?
Nobody
but first,
likes the news.
Everyone loves the news. But first, how about another word
from our Jews?
Jesus, Kristie. Save it for your meetings. How about another word from our sponsors, who happen to be Jewish?
Are you watching the most miserable movie on the planet? A movie so bad you want to scream? A movie so terrible it warps time and space? Well, that sucks. What if I told you that you didn't have to do that anymore? That your dog shit movie watching days are over, and all you had to do was listen to Road Soda. You'd probably say, "Get bent, liar," but you would be wrong. No lies here. Here's how it works. You listen to the podcast and enjoy the sweet, supple voices of the hosts discuss and review Netflix original content. When a movie gets a good review, watch that movie. If a movie gets a shit review, don't watch that movie. It's as simple as that. So leave those awful mind-numbing nights of confusion and boredom behind and crack a Road Soda.
Oh, back again. Oh, back again.
I hate my life.
Back again. Are we live? Okay. Here we are in the news studio. Road Soda to you. News. For you. To you.
For you and to you.
To you. Stories from a Jew.
Stories that matter.
That matter the most. I'm Isaiah. With me is... Shishinini? What was it?
Chechabetchas?
Chechabetcha? Chechabetcha.
Chechabetchas.
Chechabetchas.
Thank you.
That's you. All right. Up first on our...
Oh, God, this is a long one.
We don't have to read the whole thing, baby. Don't you know how this goes?
I'm talking about how many articles there are.
I know. I really... Because I got addicted just to looking for them. So I kept adding. I took a couple out, but I just replaced them. There you go, everybody. There's your first news story. Next news story comes to us from Africa Explained.
All right, I'm listening.
That's right. I knew how to get you. Get them right at the top. Wizard coming back from coven meeting crash lands on rooftop. And then if you guys want to see the articles, they're down in the notes or the details of the show. The first one, you can click it. You see a picture of a guy just kind of squatting on top of someone's house. Doesn't look too suspicious to me. He looks like he could be naked, but he might have shorts on, I think. He's shirtless with shorts on, squatting on someone's roof.
Riveting.
I know. And I guess wherever they are, it's in a bizarre video. In a bizarre video going around on Nigerian social media.
Where's your news voice?
A man believed to be a wizard crash landed a man believed to.
Oh my God.
Just think about that. That's a news. Believed to be a wizard. I'm sorry, what? Yeah. Crash landed on the rooftop of a building on his way back from a coven meeting at Akpor Street in Akpara Inland in Ethiopia, East Local Government Area of Delta State, Southeast Nigeria. Man, imagine having to send a letter to that address.
I think listening to you say it was bad enough.
I know, right?
I'm sorry.
The man... Hey, isn't Chichana's a real bitch? The man who was identified... Here we go. Why don't you say this name?
Omamuyovi. Omamuyovi. Oh, there it is. It is.
Yeah.
You're so good at this.
What if that's like Michael? Over in...
Oh, my translation.
Jeez, it's just like everyone's name. Like everybody's name, Omamu Yovwi. A commercial motorcycle operator who is well known in the community. That's all he does is just ride motorcycle. I'm a commercial motorcycle operator. Just ride a motorcycle around. Everybody knows me for it. Is well known in the community and married with 2 children. Could be seen clutching a 100 naira note in his hand.
I don't even know what the fuck it means.
That's just a money, $100 worth in Ethiopian money.
Very cool.
It was learned he was flogged with plantain leaves.
Oh
Dude, what? Are they just like whatever word comes next? Plantain leaves, okay. And while at the point of setting him ablaze, the community vigilante rescued. Oh my God. So they're about to literally light this guy on fire because they think he's a wizard. And then a superhero, the town vigilante, jumps in and saves the day. Bum-ba-da-da. I'm Ethiopian man. You will not set that wizard on fire. An eyewitness stop reading ahead. You're
Oh my God.
You're ruining it. An eyewitness disclosed that Omamu Yovwi was taken to his family compound in Igberi Street by the vigilante, where he reportedly confessed to being a wizard and committing several mysterious atrocities in the area.
All right, I'm listening.
He allegedly confessed that he was being chased by a Delti or Igberi Juju. A deity. It looked like an L. My eyes are bad. Igberi Juju from the coven where he went to fortify his... Dude, this is not real! Fortify his craft when he ran out of quote-unquote fuel and crash landed on the rooftop with $100 in his hand. About 98% of Nigerians identify as either Christians or Muslims, but despite that, witchcraft is still a fairly common practice among people living in rural areas. Man, there's a 30-second video that I did not watch.
Ooh, I want to watch it.
All right, I'll hit play. So he's just like the picture. He's motionless. He's sitting up on the roof like a gargoyle, just looking around, and they're hissing at him, calling him a witch. I mean, he doesn't look like a witch. I mean, he looks like he knows he's in for some shit. You know, like he knows if he comes down, he's going to get some plantain leaves to the head.
That's it, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
That's it. There's proof, everybody. You've seen him. The Ethiopian wizard crash landed on that roof, about to get some plantain leaves. If
that
you know,
was a good one.
Yeah, because it's Wild. Plantain
liked it.
leaves. There was a superhero. There was a wizard. He's being chased by a juju. Mm-hmm. All right, this one's next.
And now, another word from our sponsors. This episode of Road Soda is brought to you by Wacky Willie's Nigerian Wizard Emporium and Broom Rental. Wacky Willie's has been happily servicing the Delta State for over 50 years, and it's no wonder why. We are your #1 shop for all things wizardly, and at the best prices. Wizard Fuel and Wizard Fuel containers. Never worry about running out to and from coven meetings. We have the latest in defensive. Now, 20% off all anti-plantain leaf spells. And 30% off all flame retardant robes. And don't forget to check out the magical staffs, where you'll find any staff you can think of. Staffs of wood, staffs of plastic, staffs with chicken heads, staffs with spikes, and get to paint your own staff kit. Why not? It's the holidays. Don't get stuck on a roof again with your 100 Naira note. Spend that money at Wacky Willie's.
Lol, what?
Lol, what? Take her away, Miss Chichananas.
I fucking hate the news so much. But I love doing it with you.
Sure thing.
Negative reviews for scented candles rise along with COVID-19 cases.
I heavily considered getting rid of this one.
Negative reviews for scented candles rise along. I fucking hate everyone.
Yeah.
Could the angry reviewers be suffering from COVID-19 related loss of smell and simply not be aware?
Maybe.
COVID-19 has been correlated with and responsible for many things that need to be taken quite seriously, including a struggling economy and job losses. On a funnier note, however, there is one strange COVID-19 correlation that can give us a much-needed good laugh.
All right.
It's funny already.
Lay it on me, interestingengineering.com.
It seems that the negative reviews of Amazon's 3 best-selling scented candles have increased along with COVID-19 cases. This correlation could, of course, be associated with the loss of smell again. This link was first noticed by affective and social psych neurostudent Kate Petrova, who did more than just giggle at the fact. She straight up investigated it using mathematical analysis and graphs.
Whoa, she wrote stuff down. Holy cow.
She downloaded a subsample on the 3 most popular. She found that between 2017 and 2020, the average rating was around a 4.3 out of 5.
Fucking riveting.
However, between January and November, when COVID was on the rise, there was a sharp drop in candle ratings. To investigate further, she plotted the reviews. Okay, they're just repeating themselves.
Right.
She was amazed by the difference. The unscented candle reviews seemed unaffected.
Oops,
I got a little ad.
I want to see how much of a percent they've dropped.
You can follow her whole process, including graphs, by clicking on her tweet. We all know you love Twitter.
I know.
There might not be any young hot babes in this one, though.
Probably not. Just
and you will
gross
discover,
candles.
too, why scented candles are unexpected victims of the current pandemic. How sad and sorry.
I think you skipped the paragraph where it might say, in the process, she discovered that since the beginning of this year, the proportion of reviews mentioning lack of scent grew from 2% in January to close to 6%
It was
in
less
November.
than 2%.
What a find! Reviews
Nope, I didn't.
mentioning lack of scent.
Cool.
Ah, Jesus. I should have totally
White
dropped
people
that
have
one.
serious problems. You
Yeah,
know?
this is problems.
White people are so bored that they're investigating reviews on scented candles
I know.
and finding correlations with the pandemic.
And then they're fucking putting it on a stupid website where a stupid podcast picks it up.
Interestingengineering.com.
Interesting Engineer posted on their stupid website, and then 2 more white people pick it up and talk about it on their fucking podcast. Right. Where will it fucking end?
Dude, white people are
the worst.
fucking worst.
God, is there anything else to talk about? Of course there is. And this is what we're going to talk about. He was originally going to give them vacuums, but realized that would just be silly. That's what I wrote. I don't know. That's the little line that I wrote. Ha 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 ha. So funny, right?
That was a good laugh too.
I know. Why is it asking me to sign up? Okay, this comes from Mexico News Daily. News Daily. Sonora mayors gift to mothers of missing persons shovels and buckets.
I'm sorry, what?
You heard me.
No, I did.
He's like, all right, everybody, we're going to have a meeting.
No, but like, your people are missing, so you're going to give them buckets and shovels so they can, what, bury them?
Well, I mean...
Dig up dead bodies?
I mean, well, my people really were apprehensive about the buckets. There was a lot of pushback on the buckets, but I fought for those buckets. I'm like, what's the point of a shovel without some buckets? Boy, you're just going to give these people shovels? What are they going to do with the dirt? How are they going to move the dirt around? So I fought for you. I fought for you guys out here. On the International Day... Sorry.
Yeah.
On the... like, I got a weird tickle. On the International Day to eliminate violence against women, we give them buckets for digging up bodies.
There it is.
The mayor of Guamos, Sonora, is under criticism after presenting mothers of missing persons with shovels and buckets to help them dig up clandestine graves. Clandestine? What the fuck? In a ceremony on Wednesday meant to honor the International Day to eliminate violence against women, Mayor Sara Valdesens gave the Women Warrior Searchers group shovels, buckets, and a gift basket containing face masks, latex gloves, antibacterial gel, and bottled water. Members of the Guamas Municipal Council publicized the event on social media, where commenters from all over Mexico were soon posting derogatory comments toward the mayor and the council, expressing outrage at what they said was the ceremony's insensitivity. What little empathy you have, said commenter on Facebook. May these shovels never be used to look for someone's own relatives. Okay, new rule. You got to look for your friends' dead bodies. Okay, get out of here. Today we have the fourth transformation that is geared towards addressing the emotional first. Yeah, right. What a weird thing to do.
Yeah.
The insensitive and indolent politicians of the fourth transformation think that their failings can be compensated for with public money, Ernesto Morro said. To those who lost a loved one due to the administrator's ineffectiveness, they are giving a shovel so that they can go find them themselves. That's like a mafia move, I feel like. Like if the mafia was like...
It's Mexico!
Yeah, if like the mafia killed your dad or something, like... And the kid, he's like, you killed my dad. And the mafia boss is like, yeah, give the kid a fucking shovel. You want your dad so bad, go find him. Go dig him up. You see what I did? I'll do something for you. Here's a bucket. Like, that's some like fucking crazy shit. Like, someone's done, it's like salt in the... I don't know, that was crazy. Next article. Hurry up.
What did she expect?
Hey, what did she expect?
Woman hallucinates for months after eating 5-day-old gas station sushi.
Serves her right.
I love this person.
Yeah, serves her right. She's like,
I love this
person.
In a
gas station, she's like,
sushi.
Taquito, hot dog rolling on a thing, egg sandwich, sushi. You know what? That'd really hit the spot right now.
Yeah, I mean, I like to like really hate on grocery store sushi, even like Sam's Club sushi, but like sometimes that should look good. And
Publix
sometimes
sushi's really good.
I mean, it's okay.
It's because they use their Publix fish and they make it right there. They got real slanty-eyed.
No, dude, you people are just like fucking weirdly devoted to Publix. It doesn't matter what Publix does. Pub shops, look right. Publix sushi is the
I'm
best
sorry. What'd you have
ever.
a craving for? What'd you have a craving for a couple of days ago?
Gas station sushi.
I bet you did. I've got a craving to hear the rest of this article.
But anyways, so I like to like really talk shit about like the fucking grocery store sushi. Like, I will get it. I have got it. It's good. I'll eat it. But if I want sushi, I'm gonna go fucking buy and get some sushi. It's usually like an on the whim thing, and then afterwards I'm like, that wasn't really worth it, but it was good. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is.
But you're on a road trip and you're on your way to Georgia, and you're like, I'm craving sushi. let's hit up this Pilot or Love's gas station and get us
Yeah,
some.
but I'll also still eat like really nasty gas station food, like 7-Eleven nachos. I don't care what time of day it is, how wasted or how sober you are. Those stale ass chips, you push the button for some hot cheese, throw a bunch of jalapeno. Dude, I'll eat nasty gas station food.
But you never get
all the time.
You never get the tuna salad sandwich, and you never get the egg salad sandwich. Those are two things
you know what?
never get. If you want to not shit your pants, you don't get them.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if I would have steered away from tuna salad or egg salad. I don't think I've ever got
Only
one.
at a gas station.
I may have. I've absolutely bought chicken salad sandwiches at countless gas stations.
You're skirting the edge, but you're okay.
No, perfect. They're delicious.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You're skirting the edge of. They taste great, but they're not necessarily going
This
to
is
make
coming
you.
from the person that'll eat like 10-day-old chicken. I don't know what you're talking about that I can't
That's
eat
what
tuna
I'm trying to
salad
say.
from a gas.
Do you understand the magnitude of what I'm trying to say now?
No, but like you will. You get, like, most people eat food and they're like, oh, it doesn't, maybe it doesn't taste good anymore. Oh, I think it's expired. The quality has gone down. And I feel like you will eat something until it has mold.
Right.
Like it'll be,
Or taste
if I make spaghetti, I'll probably eat it for 5 days. On the 5th day, I'm like, this is pushing it, but I'll still eat it. I feel like it would be day 14. You're like, I think I'm gonna have some spaghetti.
As long as it doesn't taste fermented or it's like doesn't taste bad. Yeah. It's because I trust my senses. That's what they're there for. So I don't eat food.
So
that's
do you
bad for
smell
me.
the gas station tuna salad before you turn it down?
It's a fucking known thing. You just don't do it. You just don't do it.
I feel like I might eat a gas station tuna salad or egg salad. It's fucking tuna.
And just like
Out
you
of
don't
can.
stand in traffic, you're like, well, have you tried standing in traffic? It's like, no, I don't need to. I know what's going to happen. I know what's going to happen.
But like, what's the real difference? But plus, if I'm getting sandwiches from a gas station, it's not like the fucking Shell station on the side of the road. It's like a racetrack or something, like a Wawa or something that's
Right.
like that.
I
So
get
like,
it.
what's the difference between going to fucking Subway? Have you ever worked at Subway? Because I've worked at Subway and I know what that shiny.
I want to hear it.
So you'll eat Subway tuna fish, but you won't eat racetrack tuna fish? Go fuck yourself. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm talking about from back in the day when like everything wasn't so like franchised. Like every fucking truck stop wasn't some big name that we know. Like you'd get to a truck stop and it's like Big Bill's fucking truck stop. And you walk in and then like they're wrapping
if it was
the
like
sandwiches
Aunt Nancy's famous tuna salad sandwich, I'd be like, yeah, bro, grab me one of those.
Oh, well, that's different. You can't fucking turn down Aunt Nancy.
Oh, you know what? I forgot. You're right.
I know.
You're right.
I know.
You're right.
Well, we'll just fast forward to the future when you're stuck on the shitter somewhere because you had a tuna salad sandwich from a gas station. So
you're right.
we'll follow up with this.
A woman identified only as JC,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
famished one night after work, came home and found hardly anything to eat in the refrigerator. She took a gamble and ate the 5-day-old gas station sushi that had been ripening in her fridge. Okay, that's the key. Granted, I would never buy sushi from a gas station, but she
Right.
bought it and then let it sit in her house for 5 days. That's
This-
on her. That's not on the...
That's not on the gas station.
Yeah.
At this point, you don't even tell us she bought it at a gas station.
Yeah.
At
I mean,
this
that makes
point.
it like a little bit worse, but like...
It is also very interesting that there's a gas station whipping up sushi.
Maybe it was just a really fresh wall. We'll get there.
Yeah.
And boy, did things go south after that. The Daily Mirror recounts the harrowing tale. First shared on YouTube by verified user and allegedly licensed health provider. I'm sorry, Chubby Emu?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, that licensed health provider, Chubby Emu.
Of course. Whose videos contain crude reenactments of variations on cases I or my colleagues have seen in the past. So you can take this story with a grain of salt, but know that sushi-related tapeworms are actually a thing. Anyway, back to JC. Aside from tasting a little sour, oh my God, that makes me want to gag already. My mouth's like literally watering. The sushi went down quickly with a dose of soy sauce. Then the symptoms began. Everything started with insomnia, and the woman's sleep issues escalated into anxiety and confusion, plus an elevated heart rate that felt as if it were beating out of her neck. Next came
Interesting, because that's not where the heart is. It's interesting.
It's like a main artery, but...
But she felt like her heart was beating out of her neck. Weird. My heart's in my chest. Are women's hearts on their neck?
Your fucking...
Heart
it's
neck?
It's not like what's one of the places you can feel your pulse. It's like here and here. Your neck, your wrist.
I don't know.
You're stupid. You're wrong.
Oh, you think I'm wrong for thinking the heart's in the neck?
What? I think you said that backwards.
No. You think I'm wrong for thinking that?
I don't think it's like the craziest thing to say, beating out of her neck. Yeah, it's where your pulse are. I'm sure you can like feel. Okay. Next came the stomach cramps. She'd feel her stomach jiggle before she went to the bathroom.
Ooh.
As time went by, JC started suffering from malnutrition, incontinence, hallucinations of bugs crawling up the walls and underneath her skin, and bouts of anxiety. If all of this sounds like the beginning of a horror movie, well, it sort of is, because things got worse. Seizures followed.
Ooh.
Then there was a barrage. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Of testing, until finally doctors found evidence of tapeworm eggs in her stool, along with broken segments from a tapeworm. They identified it as a big word, one of the largest tapeworms that can grow up to 9 meters. Holy fuck.
That's big. That's the biggest.
You know, talking a lot of shit about news, and you picked some really good articles this week. Apparently, I never want to read the whole article because it repeats itself, and I hate
now
it.
you're like, is there a vigilante that's going to jump in?
Where's the wizard?
Where's the wizard?
Apparently, these tapeworms really like vitamin B12, taking it away from the host, JC, basically starving her of essential nutrients, which are key for cellular and nervous function. After so much agonizing, JC was given a dose of something, an anti-worm medication, and she made a full recovery. As if there were any more reasons to avoid gas station sushi, huh?
Let me
I'll
ask you
still
something.
eat it. I just want you to know
if
that
the
article...
tapeworm was in her refrigerator, it was in it when they got it at the gas station.
For sure.
Yeah.
I just want you to know that this article ends with saying,
Well,
as
I'll
if there were
still eat
any... Take it away.
Hey, wait, did I... What?
Nothing.
What?
What did they say? What did it end with?
I don't know. Go ahead and read it.
No, you already read it.
As if there were any more reasons to avoid gas station sushi, huh? Well, I'll still eat it.
Yeah, that was my punchline.
I'm sorry.
No, I love you.
I didn't mean to do it. Or did I?
Probably.
I didn't.
I know.
I was half listening to what you said and just kept and saw that word. I just
You
said it out
couldn't
loud.
stop.
Just said it out loud. All right. This next one, maybe Isaiah can read, if he can read. What was it?
You'll
Here it is.
stutter it out, but we'll make sense of it.
Bleep. I said that's the first business he thought of. This comes to us from patriotoutlook.com. California pastor temporarily turns his chapel into a strip club to be deemed essential.
I like this.
I know. Decides to keep it permanently.
Sorry, what?
He said he was making so much more money than teaching all those stupid sheep to believe in a imaginary friend. He said, I make much more money on the titties.
Everybody knows that.
Mm-hmm. That's not what this article says at all.
For a second there, did you see me looking at you and looking
Yeah,
back
you're like,
at
where is it saying this? Because I was staring at the article.
Right? I was really looking.
What's the matter? Can't read? Since the time various shutdowns, stay-at-home orders, etc., we were enacted. Oh my God! It's because it talks in such a way that I wouldn't. Etc. were enacted to slow the spread of the Wuhan flu. Wow, this one.
Wow, dude!
That's a throwback.
Holy shit!
I can't believe they just.
You can't say that.
This is patriotoutlook.com.
Oh, this was, first of all, this is only written 14 days ago.
Yeah.
Second of all, did they really just say that?
Patriotoutlook.com, baby. They know they know their audience. They know who their audience is. People that go to church.
To
people
slow
that
the
like
spread of the
clubs.
Chinese cough.
Exactly.
What the fuck?
The list of businesses and activities considered essential has been illogical at best.
Oh my God, what is this?
In California, marijuana dispensaries and liquor stores have remained open while gyms and churches have been shut down. It's because you don't spend time in a liquor store or a dispensary. You walk in, you get your shit, and you leave.
Yeah, also, people are going to fucking kill themselves if they can't drink or smoke.
No
What's
shit.
everybody going to do?
And that's exactly why they keep the liquor stores open, because there's people with
Yeah, otherwise people are going to find other ways to get fucked up, and then you're going to have 10,000 more problems.
Exactly. Multiple churches in California have sued over the shutdown order and their non-essential designation, arguing that shutting down churches violates the First Amendment. It does. In a couple ways. Others have continued to hold indoor services despite the shutdown order, including Godspeak Calvary Chapel in Ventura County, led by Pastor Rob McCoy. who stepped down from his post as member of the Thousand Oaks. I don't care. Get to the titties.
Oh my God, I love it.
Congress shall make no law. Blah, blah, blah. Strip club owners in the state have also challenged the shutdown. Since being able to provide live adult entertainment is a protected right in at least one county for at least a few weeks, might churches be able to use this ruling to their advantage? Pastor McCoy, inspired by former Governor Mike Huckabee, decided to take a chance. When he opened Sunday's services, he chuckled and said,
Wow, I hate you for that.
I want to know what's about to transpire is Governor Mike Huckabee's fault. He set the scene by playing a clip from Hannity. Oh, that's how you want to kick off my church.
I don't know what that is.
The little Fox News. Hannity, Sean Hannity is a talking head on Fox News.
Okay.
Yeah. You know Fox News, right?
Yeah.
Don't you want to watch that at church? High five, everybody. Fuck yeah. You know, you heard. Usually I sit in my house and go and high five myself when I'm watching Fox, but I got all my friends here so I can whoop yeah.
You were, yes.
But he set the scene by playing a clip from Hannity. This will get him. In which Governor Huckabee said a church could announce that their pastor would remove his tie during the sermon, and since he was taking off an article of clothing, that might make the church a temporary strip club, and therefore it would be legal for the parishioners to attend services. So in the name of love, he ripped his pants off, or in the name of God, he ripped his pants off, and he had just a G-string on, and they put on Gangnam Style, and then the whole church got up and started throwing money at him, and they said,
Have you ever been to a strip club? Because I don't think anyone plays Gangnam Style.
You ever been to a church strip club? It's a little different. And everyone's, instead of passing around a basket, the pastor dances down the aisle, and everyone puts dollars in his
prefer
G-string.
to imagine him doing that all to WAP.
Yeah, sure. He's doing what? That's the next song. It's a big audience. He's got a lot of rows. He's got a lot of lap dances to give. He's got a lot of shit to do. So he's walking down the aisles, and he's fucking you gonna put your check in there? Because Nana's writing her check for like $10, and she fucking stuffs it in there. Because it's offerings.
I love you.
Well, you weren't getting it.
No, I was. I was just...
It didn't seem like it.
I did.
Because you didn't laugh.
I'll laugh harder next time.
It really hurt my feelings. I put all that effort into that. And
You were really moving.
I was trying to get something out of you. Next article.
Wait.
What?
You didn't finish it. And then McCoy took it further. He actually danced to striptease music, and not only did he take his tie off, he threw it into the audience, in which some members were holding up dollar bills for their multi-talented pastor.
Oh, man. So I was almost right.
McCoy's dance performance only lasts a minute or so. If you have time, the remainder of the sermon is always very good.
Half the length of Ellen's waste of time dance at the beginning of her show.
I always really liked that part. There's like a part of my life where I liked the Ellen show, and it wasn't. No, I was about to lie.
What?
Nothing. There's a period of my life where I really liked that show. It was just a good feel good bullshit thing to keep on.
But
I think I had like cable on at that time, and so I had it set for like a DVR to record every one of them, and then I'd like go through, and if there's like a guest on that I really liked or wanted to watch, I'd watch that one.
It's a fun show. She's good. She's a good interviewer.
Yeah, but didn't she like turn out to be a real piece of shit or something?
Literally everybody that runs a show like her is maniacal like that. It, like the stuff
yeah,
that
they
was
said
coming
she was
out,
like really mean. Everybody started saying that she was really mean.
Yeah, but being mean is not illegal, and it's not.
Well, I didn't say she like committed a crime. I was just
right. That's just and I mean, there's got to be like, you could probably throw a rock and hit one of those show hosts because they're like the boss of everything. They have like the final say in everything, and they're just like, I'm sure not everybody loves Conan or not everybody loves Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, for sure.
He's probably a dick to a lot of people. The first next one? Nothing makes sense.
Dude, what's happening? This is like backwards. Tequila bar applies to become church to beat Tier 3 rules.
Well, shit.
A tequila bar has applied to be classed as a place of worship to allow it to open while it is in Tier 3. James Aspel, owner of 400 Rabbits in Nottingham, said it was a tongue-in-cheek gesture to highlight the unfair rules faced by hospitality venues. From Wednesday, bars in Tier 3 areas can only offer takeaway and delivery. However, places of worship are allowed to welcome people from the same household or bubble. Mr. Aspel, who opened the bar 5 years ago, said he had submitted an application to reopen the bar as the Church of 400 Rabbits. Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. Churches are being strip clubs. Bars are being churches.
Yeah.
It's like what?
It's like based on your city, I guess.
Yeah. It's so wild. It's just whatever the rules are.
This guy does say, and he quotes... He's quoted as saying, "We've decided to have a bit of fun with all of this. The main reason is just to shine a light on the ridiculousness of the rules themselves."
Right.
So at least he says that
and
he's
it's all
being
fun
funny.
and games until like somebody decides they want to enforce it and they show up and they like take his business license or arrest him. Then it's like, it's just a joke. They're like, the joke was breaking the law. You're not a church.
Right.
It's ridiculous. It's just wild. It's a circus world. Here we go. I got this one, and then you got the last one, and then, that's how we do the news. I know how much you love your news.
I love
That's
it so
why I
much.
spoon feed it to you with a big spoon.
I'd rather boof it.
Me too.
I love to boof the news.
We boof back and forth.
Dude, we boof a lot of stuff, I feel like, in our household. You know what I mean? Like chicken nuggets.
Yeah, the McDonald's on the way here.
Yes.
You
French
held
fries.
the wheel so I could boof.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. I just don't understand why sometimes you wrap it up in like a little piece of toilet paper before you shove it in. Like
Just
you just
keeps it cleaner.
Yeah, but you just like put it in there.
I put the toilet paper and the toilet paper like falls apart. Alleged.
You didn't read your tagline. I love your taglines.
Oh.
Mr. Meatballs to you. Also, all good dog names.
All good dog names. All good dog names.
I think that's something we like to do in our spare time.
Come up with dog names.
Yeah.
It's fun. Alleged Philadelphia Mafia members. Joey Electric. Now, that's a good dog name. Tony Meatballs.
I like that one a lot.
Awesome, good meat.
Didn't like that fucking meme I sent you the other day of the really fucked up pie guy? And he said, have you ever wondered why anybody is named Tony doesn't spell it like Tony, like you spell baloney? And it said Togna.
I did see that.
You
I didn't.
you didn't think that's funny?
I my thumb slipped on the second tap and I was real busy, so I had to get out of there. 13 others indicted. This is comes to us from ABC News, written by Wilson Wong.
Tony spelled like baloney would be a great fucking dog's name, and fuck you for not.
The joke
laughing
only
at
lands
that.
at the vet, though, when you have to write his name down.
You write his name. I write Ozzy's name every time I text somebody. Every time we talk. I mean, I type the word Ozzy all the time.
I get it.
You wouldn't like to type out
Donna. Why don't we just spell Ozzy's name that way?
Bologna is my favorite.
Bologna is my favorite. All right, you fucking weirdo. Is that an extruded meat? 15 alleged members of crime family based in Philadelphia face federal racketeering and related charges, prosecutors said. Oh, no, don't racketeer.
I don't know what that means.
I think I've looked it up a number of times. I'm pretty sure I know what it is. A superseding. A superseding indictment revealed on Monday that the 15 alleged crime associates of the crime family La Cosa Nostra. La Cosa Nostra. Wow, is this freaking real? Were accused of racketeering conspiracy, illegal gambling, loan sharking, and drug trafficking. All
It's like
just
one of the
mafia stuff.
biggest mafia families, isn't it?
Just say mafia stuff. I've never heard of it.
La Cosa Nostra? Are you
La
serious?
Cosa Nostra, yeah. According to the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of Philadelphia, among the 15 defendants are 60-year-old Joseph Sovidio, or Joey Electric, and Anthony Gifali, 73, better known as Tony Meatballs. So don't fucking give it to you.
I want to hang out with both of those people.
Those people are probably they're serial killers.
Yeah, but I can hang.
I can hang, totally. According to the indictment, the criminal organization made money through the commission of its illegal crimes and used its reputation and influence to exercise control over criminal rackets, like bookmaking and loan sharking.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna like not pay back Tony Meatballs, but I absolutely want to drink a fucking scotch with him at the bar, smoke a couple cigarettes, and hang out.
He only smokes Cubans.
I'll do it.
You gotta smoke a Cuban with your butt, though. Girls only smoke Cubans with their butts around Tony Meatballs. You want that tobacco in you? You boof it. Boof it, baby. Boof it for Tony Meatballs. Boof it.
Your face when you do your mafia Italian accent's like one of my favorite things.
The Philadelphia mob is still allegedly committing serious federal crimes, which is why at the Department of Justice focused on stamping it out. McSwain said in a statement, "We will not rest until the mob is nothing but a bad memory." All right, dude. That's why they've been here. As long as there's crimes to commit, there will be the mob. Are you texting?
No, I can't believe you haven't heard of La Cosa Nostra. Like, I just think that's crazy.
I guess so. Is that like The Sopranos?
It's like a really big... years active since the 19th century.
Whoa. It's on your mind.
From Italy, they're Sicilian. There's about 2,500 men that have been a part of it.
Sounds like the mafia.
Dude, it's like a major... It's just...
Sounds like mafia stuff.
I think it's just like a lot of movies and documentaries I've watched. They mention it a lot.
La Cosa Nostra. Last article, baby.
It reigns supreme over organized crime. Like, that's...
They're the ones.
The big meatballs.
The eye ties. They're really... I bet all the dudes on that task force that arrested them, they're like, said goodbye to their wives. Well, I'm just going to say goodbye now.
I bet you half of them are like involved.
Probably right.
Yeah.
You're probably right. We'll let you turn you in. Don't worry, Joey Baloney. You get to live... you're 73 years old. I'll give you an ankle bracelet. You hang at home. You still make your marinara. It'll be good. It was the last article, baby. What are you doing?
I thought that was the last article.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. I'm so sorry. What'd you call it?
I don't remember.
Well, look it up.
I'm eating French fries on air. Very professional. It is Ohio goes meta.
From news5cleveland.com.
Meta R-worded.
Loading.
Yeah. Probably because it comes to us from Ohio.
Ohio Department of Health now recommending those in Ohio... Dude, I saw this. Now recommending those in Ohio avoid traveling to Ohio.
That's right.
Ooh, Columbus, Ohio. That's my baby. Ohio has been added to the Ohio Department of Health's COVID-19 travel advisory map, meaning the state is recommending Ohioans avoid traveling to Ohio, and those entering Ohio after traveling from Ohio are advised to self-quarantine in Ohio for 14 days. I don't even know what the fuck that sentence said because it said Ohio too many
I don't
times.
think anyone in Ohio understands what that means.
Like, I do understand what they're saying.
Everyone in Ohio.
Like, Ohioans, like, I'm an Ohioan, you know? Like, I shouldn't travel to Ohio, and those
if you're already there
going from Ohio should self-quarantine for 14 days. But, like, it sounds silly. It took me a few times to
And
get
all
it.
the people in Ohio need to cease to exist. That's what they're saying. You just don't exist.
That's how I feel about the Jews. That's so weird.
Wow.
Obviously,
Just want all the Jews. Did you hear that, guys?
Obviously, outside
All
of
the
the
stuff we say is
Matrix.
jokes, but I think what she's doing, is real. I think she really hates the Jews. I'm sorry, what were you saying?
Obviously, outside of the Matrix or a Christopher Nolan movie, this is physically impossible. Mm-hmm. To be clear, you are free to move about the state, but the ODH recommends staying home except for necessary trips.
And preferably in your basement or attic. We don't know why that.
Have you ever been in a basement?
I was born in a basement.
No, you weren't. Just reading a bunch of mumbo jumbo percentages of each state. Self-quarantine. Yeah. Be safe out there, folks. I think that's
about it. That's about it. It's just Ohio's like, if we just vibrate out of existence so we can
Where's
drop
all your hatred from Ohio coming from?
You. I didn't even think about Ohio, really, and then I met you, and I was just like, Jesus Christ, I'm over it. I get it.
I get it. Shamalama alaikum, or whatever the fuck you idiots say.
I'm sorry, that's very rude to the Muslim people.
I don't even know what it is.
Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah, what is that?
It's Muslim for possible along when I like them.
Oh, that's not something Jewish people say?
No.
What do Jewish people say?
Shalom. That kind of thing.
Oh.
Goodbye.
Spitz.
You're a schwatz. You're a not a schwatz. That's a bad word. You're a Schwartz.
What's the word? You use a word semi-often.
Schmuck?
No.
Mishugana.
No, you've said that one.
Schwitz?
I don't know.
Get a good schwitz going on?
No, I've heard that one too. No, it's something else. I don't know. I think you using it casually more than once is what sparked your mom to pull out that Yiddish dictionary for me. And
oh yeah, I think it was one of those words I just said. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us for this news segment.
Fuck the Jews.
Whoa, Jesus! We're right here. I'm sitting right here.
Mr. Meatball's hometown business rebrand is here. We offer full consultation on changing your church into a strip club or your tequila bar into a church. Perhaps it's your cattle feed store that needs to close due to that pesky Tier 2. We'll rebrand you as an essential adult theater jerk shack. There are always loopholes, and Mr. Meatballs knows them all. So don't sweat your daycare getting shut down in Tier 3. Call Mr. Meatballs and we'll get those kids essentially working sewing machines in no time flat. Business as usual. Mr. Meatball's hometown business rebrand.
This is a PSA from Isaiah with Road Soda. There is never a reason to eat the egg salad or the tuna from a truck stop. It's not okay. And you and your ass will pay for it. We are trying to save lives. I do not condone the eating of these things, nor Kristie's ignorant suggestions that it's okay. It's not. She's wrong. What else is new? This has been a PSA from Isaiah with Road Soda.
Millennial Book Club. Millennial Book Club. Maximum Bodacious Carnival.
Maximum?
Yeah.
I thought it was... Okay.
The Maximum Bodacious Carnival.
Okay.
It's only the best carnival there fucking ever is. It's held every 4 years, just like the Olympics. That's how big this shit is.
What makes it so bodacious?
All the ass. It's all ass.
My dad used to strictly refer to tits as either bodacious tatas or chechabetches.
Chechabetches. Wow, that's really good.
You're like, look at those bodacious tatas. That's what we call tits.
Look at those chechabetches.
Uh-huh.
I wonder where that comes from.
Let's ask him.
That's my my dead person ringtone. Well, everybody, here we are, buckled in and ready to go with the Millennial Book Club. Yeah, the Maximum Bodacious Carnival is. I was just getting pumped for it. It's going to be this. It was supposed to be this year, but of course COVID ruined everything, so we can't.
Yeah, turned into a real massacre.
They were going to do it turned into a massacre, and they were going to do a Zoom. They were going to do it all over online over Zoom, but it's like, I don't know. How about I just watch
Are there like rides or games?
Yes.
Or
Yes. It's a carnival in every sense. Also with ass.
Lots of ass.
Strict attire
of
exposed ass cheeks. So
chaps.
Yeah, if you want to have chaps, you can do chaps or game. You can wear thongs. You can wear, little Daisy Dukes that go up too high so the butt cheeks hang out.
So they look like denim underwear.
Yeah, you get.
I don't never understand why girls do that. Like I'm all about Put it out if you want. I don't
Mm-hmm.
give a shit. But like, I just don't think it looks nice. It look like ripped up denim underwear. It's not.
I think
those aren't shorts.
I think I like underbutt more than I like underboob.
If it's a good underboob, I like them both.
I mean,
but yeah, I definitely say underbutt. Yeah, of course.
And you know why I like the underbutt more? Because it's more acceptable, so you can see it at Walmart.
I feel like they're both equally acceptable.
I can't tell you. I've never seen anybody in person with like not at the beach or something with like a top that was too small, but like walking around in public with underboob.
Yeah, I just think it's really got to be the right set of tits too.
Yeah, I mean, I can't. I mean, that would be real like edgy to have underboob. I've seen like tank tops. You get a little side boob.
Yeah, but I feel like the short or the cutoff shirts, you get a little underboob, and
But all
it's
the way up
intentional.
and you actually see the fucking
Yeah.
thing. That's crazy. But the underbutt,
Yeah, you like the underbutt?
you can see it everywhere. You can be at the drive-thru at McDonald's.
Sitting down.
I mean, I'm sitting down in my car.
Yeah, like I'm not like offended. It doesn't like bother me. I'm not like, jeez, put your underbutt away. But sometimes I just feel like it can kind of take away from like a cute outfit.
Oh, right.
If it's like too much, like a little underbutt, we're like, oh, look at that underbutt. Like that's cute. But then when you look over and I'm like, it's half your ass.
Yeah.
Like half of your ass cheek is hanging out.
Well,
and you call those jean shorts when they just look like a strip of denim.
Yeah. Yeah, which is, maybe the Maximum Bodacious Carnival isn't a carnival for you, so I just don't know.
No, I don't want to be like left out of the underbutt. Like I'm on board.
We get it, Kristie. It's okay. It's okay. This is
The
Millennial Book Club, where we're just, not just talking about ass, which, hey, why not, right? We also talk about, Netflix originals. There's no books here. We're just reading the synopsises is the most that the synopses, the synapses. That's
yes,
different.
All of the above.
That's the only thing we're reading, and then we watch the movie and or show.
That's
only
about all you can handle.
It's about all we can handle.
No, you can handle.
Oh yeah,
You're
read
right.
good. I don't read good. This week was the follow-up of I'm Thinking of Ending Things. So last week, last week's or last episode's Millennial Book Club was, of course, I'm Thinking of Ending Things. We'd only watched half of it. We didn't get to the other half. So now here we are with a full movie under our belt that we watched.
Mostly. I feel like watching all of Cuties was easier.
Was easier?
Like I feel
also,
like
it was shorter, and we did it in one sitting.
Yeah,
oh, wait, no,
but-
we didn't. We watched Cuties in 2 sittings. It just wasn't. We didn't do 2 episodes on it.
Yeah, but I don't think I've ever tapped out of anything that we've watched so far. And I was getting so fucking angry and frustrated and annoyed at this fucking madness, and I couldn't take it anymore. I literally stopped watching the movie to go fold laundry. That's what I did instead.
Wow, is that a new category? Go
do your laundry.
Go fold laundry. Be like, I can fold laundry and watch. No. Fold laundry and stare at a fucking wall. Just sit there with your thoughts.
I mean, I wasn't like
instead.
in the mood to watch it anyways when we
Yeah.
turned it back on. You were committed.
I was committed. I
You
wanted to
finished
finish because there is a rule in the Millennial Book Club. A lot of people who have maybe been listening for a long time know the rule, and that's if it's a show, you only have to watch one episode. I mean, unless it's an hour-long episode, then it's just 20 minutes. And it's the same thing with a movie. You watch 20 minutes, and if you're like, this fucking sucks, just,
I think that's a little
short.
short for a movie.
I do
20
too.
minutes.
But at the same time, there have been things where I was watching them, and I'm like, I'm not going to do this. The thing is, the first 20 minutes or the first hour of the movie of I'm Thinking of Ending Things.
I think 45 minutes is like a more fair cutoff point.
For a movie?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can do 45, but for all the listeners out there, the people that want to join in, if you're watching something shitty, you don't just do the 20 minutes. We'll watch the next thing you're like 10 minutes in, and I'm like, I'm not going to
Do
be
you
able
already
to
have it
do
picked
20
out and I
minutes.
don't know what it is?
Yeah. Well, you will be reminded because I said that's what we should watch next.
Gotcha. Still don't remember.
It was a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm Thinking of Ending Things is full of misgivings. A young woman travels with her new boyfriend to his parents' secluded farm. Before we continue, this is a weird one, okay, for a spoiler alert. This is a big spoiler alert.
We knew it was going to be weird.
Big, huge spoiler alert. And also I want to say right up top, this is not my favorite movie by any means. And I don't like it. For me personally, it's definitely like, go fold laundry. Go fold laundry.
Fucking spare yourself.
And fucking spare yourself, for sure. So I'm saying those two things up top. But here's the other thing. This kind of movie is up a lot of people's alleys. And if one of those people happen to be listening right now, I don't want to spoil it for you because it's a pretty fat fucking spoiler as far as...
We're really building it up.
It is. It's a big fucking spoiler. So, and let me say this. If you liked Donnie Darko, if you enjoyed that movie, if that's a movie that you're like, yeah, I really like the way it makes me think. I love the dissection of it. I love all that stuff. Okay, turn this off right now and watch and come back after you've watched I'm Thinking of Ending Things. And then also, you're probably going to want to read some stuff about it too. It's like, have you seen Donnie Darko?
Yeah, like a handful of times I was there. I don't really remember. I never really got super into it, but I think there's like I have seen Being John Malkovich. And that was like, I was kind of into interesting movies like that. God, I can't remember the other ones I used to watch. Dennis Hoffman was in it, and
was it another Kaufman? Because this is a Charlie Kaufman movie.
No, I think Being John Malkovich is the Charlie Kaufman movie.
It is.
But there are other movies that are like that, like The Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Is it like...
Was also
I don't know
Charlie.
if it is I Heart Huckabees or if it was a movie I was watching when I was really into the movie I Heart Huckabees, but it's just like these weird mind fuck. What's really going on? What's reality? What's not? What are you supposed to be getting? What's a part of the plot? What's not? Like...
Yeah, I think I Heart Huckabees is a Wes Anderson. It's pretty.
So it's not. It must have been something I was watching when I was watching that movie.
Came out, and that's what. I mean, I remember some kids I knew that were like, "Yo, fucking Donnie Darko." I watched it once, and I'm like, I'm not gonna pretend I even fucking know what's going on. It's like you get sucked in to watching it because it's so peculiar and it keeps fucking throwing you off time and time again. So it's in a way and I'm giving you one more chance. This is fucking big. It's the equivalent of if you were combined. This movie is like if you were to combine Donnie Darko and Fight Club, and then that's it. So without further ado, let's fucking continue. Even if you watch the movie,
oh my god, you're so serious about this right now. Like you're about to like drop the fucking COVID cure on us.
Well, because I'm big against like spoiling good things. Like, you know, remember when I told you about how fucking Rosie O'Donnell spoiled Fight Club for everybody?
Yes.
On her show? Like, I'm so against that. It's like, I don't want to... That's like what makes some of those... It's like what makes Fight Club. Like, you see all of that shit and you're like, man, what's going on? And then you find that out at the end and it's like, holy fuck. Like, it gives you some... If you start watching it and you already know, it's like...
Yeah.
It's fucking ruined, you know?
So why don't you just hit him with it, you know?
So the movie is narrated and like centered around this girl, which you don't even know her name. She doesn't have a name.
What are you talking about?
He calls her two different things. He calls her Ames, which is short for Amy, and she goes, "What is my name, Amy?" And there's another time they say her name, and it's like,
I thought it was Lucy.
And it's Lucy, right? So he's got a couple different names. She's not real. She doesn't exist. She's a complete and utter fabrication. She doesn't exist. There it is, everybody. There's your fucking and you. It's not like Fight Club where at the end you're like, oh, where they basically say we're the same person. It was you watch this whole movie and you're like, okay, I kind of get what's going on, but then you read about it and Charlie Kaufman's like, yeah, it was about and it's based on a book, and of course in the book it's the same thing, but yeah, she doesn't exist. She's a figment of the boyfriend's imagination.
Yeah. I really spoiled the big finding out for you.
You totally did spoil it because you went ahead. You didn't even finish. First of all, everybody listen to this shit. She didn't watch the whole fucking movie, and then she thinks she's gonna go Spark Notes this shit. So
No,
she
I
runs
just,
out
like-
and reads about it.
I always read about everything that we watch because I'm
Right.
like, I want to refresh my memory and like open up ideas for what other people are thinking about or
You
what
see
I
what
was thinking
happens
about.
when you try to do good things?
Yeah, but I do it every single time we watch something. I read about it after we turn it off. I read about it before we come over here. I read it. That's like what I'm doing on my phone when we come over here every time. I'm like, oh yeah, what did I read again? And so I read it, but of course I was going to Google that movie anyway because it didn't make any fucking sense.
You're right. It didn't make any
So I'm
sense.
like, what the fuck is going on?
First, I am very happy and proud of you that you do that. Okay? Because you don't have to do any of that. So the fact that you're doing any of it is top notch. I should have said something before. So, but
Yeah, you
either
should've told
I
me
should
not
have said,
to.
yeah, I should. I just was so like excited about it. I'm like, oh my god, because
Yeah, I would've lost my mind.
I watched the whole thing and then I went and read it. I'm like, is that really? Because it's almost like. So the whole thing is like you're following this girl. She's narrating all of it, and she's with her boyfriend. They go to his parents for dinner, and then they leave. And in that whole thing is just like these long ass meandering conversations about like classic poems and all this shit that educated
And
people
all the
talk
time
about.
shifts.
Yeah, and then between scenes, like from one scene to the next, like the parents will be really old, and then the next scene they'll be young again.
When she's like dying in one scene even, but then...
Yeah. And then like the next scene, she's like, all right, see you later. Or
Yeah.
And it's just really strange things. Like time is just completely shifted. And then, so it's almost like, but then, you know what else I noticed is I kept noticing that the reason she had to leave, like kept changing. It went from, I had a paper to write to, I have work in the morning and even what she's studying. It's like,
Yeah.
she's studying metaphysics. Oh, I'm an artist. I'm all these different things. Like, and so, did you read about like what it explains? Like,
I read the whole article.
well,
babe.
why is
He
she?
says that he's trying, or that what's the main character's name? Not Jesse. Is that his real name? Jake.
Yeah.
That Jake is creating this perfect woman or whatever. So he plays with different ideas of what she does in different parts of his life.
Right.
And that's why his parents are different ages and there's all these different environments because he's trying to put her in what he thinks is the perfect space and time or where she fits the best and all
Right.
this stuff. And none of them really work. It's all
Yeah.
the same thing. And his fears and insecurities are seeing things how they would work, how they wouldn't work, why it ends. And
Right. And it's all based, like all of the choices he's making for this imaginary girlfriend are all based off of the shit that he's like absorbed in his life, whether it was the Oklahoma play that he talks about at one point or all the different poems and poetry.
yeah, they say like all the media that
Yeah.
in his childhood room, there's all these DVDs, these books all this
and
shit.
And she's kind of this mashup of all these
Yes.
these females. Like in the car ride on the way home, she's giving this big long monologue about a review of a film. And it's a verbatim review that some actress gave. And while she was doing, like, I don't know that because I'm not
Yeah.
a fucking cultured person. As I'm watching this, and she's like got this like weird old timey accent on, and I'm like, what the fuck is she doing the whole has she been talking like this the whole time, or she's clicking to this like,
I feel like
I'm from back in the day, and like,
yeah, or her like inflection and the way she spoke, her accent, everything I think changed so many times, which makes
Right.
sense now because it's
Yeah.
a mashup of different people.
and that's why she was doing it. She was literally just doing an impression of the actress that originally gave that review.
I really liked, though, after reading about it, I liked that the article with the interview with Charlie Kaufman is talking about how it is a really painful thing to watch.
Yeah.
And how it's really frustrating and it makes viewers really angry. And I liked a couple things. I like that he says he doesn't really care. He's like, I don't really care what anybody's interpretation is. I'm not here to give you an interpretation. And when he's like talking about the ending, which I obviously don't know the way they did the ending, but he's like, I don't care. I would rather choose what means something to me, and I don't care how anybody interprets it or what they get from it. Because if I did what everybody wanted me to do or something that made sense, it would just feel like such a dead piece of art.
Yeah.
And for him, and I thought that was really cool and
It
really
is.
beautiful. But I like how they acknowledge that it's angering and frustrating, but also is something that you should go back and watch multiple times, and each time you're going to keep getting more and more, and it becomes more beautiful, which I already anticipated it being that way. But I really like that they said that, because now that I know, I would maybe watch it again. Like, I'm probably not going to, but I could see more of a desire to be like looking at it through a different lens and seeing different things, or finding like more poetry in the madness and the sadness of the whole thing, as opposed to just being fucking pissed off and annoyed.
Yeah.
Like, I was angry. I was like, I can't fucking do this anymore. And just like got up.
Because it is like 40 minutes of them in the car just talking back and forth, and it's like
nothing's making sense. There's no like,
it doesn't make any, especially when you are so out of touch with every reference that they're making.
Yeah,
like every poem that they bring up, every movie from, it's like, dude, none of this
like I can hang on to some intense dialogue, or like even if it's emotional between a relationship or groundbreaking, whatever. But I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I don't want to listen to this anymore. I would rather watch another 32 episodes of anime, or binge watch an entire season of whatever the fuck I did for you in like a day and a half, than watch like 20 more minutes of that.
And now, another word from our sponsors.
Hi, I'm Jaron Lanier, back again. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the sloppy potato from the Netflix documentary, The Social Network. I'm also author of many books based around the subject of how I am better than you. I decided to pop in to rave about the movie I'm Thinking of Ending Things. I don't have Netflix, not because of social media, but because my mom stopped paying the bill. Luckily, I was able to catch it last week through my neighbor's window. I loved this movie. I got every reference and understood every aspect. I know the girl wasn't real from the moment the movie started. What a phantasm of surreal imagery and hyper-real emotion. A complete drama of love and loss told the only way Charles Kaufman knows, stupendously. If you don't get it, or we're lost, that's because you are uneducated and I'm better than you. This has been Jaron Lanier. Follow me nowhere. I'm off social media.
Yeah, so definitely go fold laundry and fucking spare yourself with that movie. However, that's not to say that it's not well made. So what happens is they end up going to this. When I was watching it, this is what made me feel really emotionally distraught, was the fact that this girl keeps saying, I need to be home, I need to go home. And he keeps dilly-dallying and taking his time and taking detours to the, it's a blizzard, and they go get fucking ice cream, and then it's still a blizzard, and he's like, I'm just gonna stop at the high school to throw this ice cream away that we didn't even fucking eat, like,
because ice cream's too sweet.
It's too sweet. Fucking too sweet. And then he gets there, and then it's like, dude, it's snowing and it's ice cream. Throw it out. Dump the ice cream on the fucking ground. Like, so many. And then he continues doing it. Like, that has got to be like the most infuriating fucking feeling. Like, because you're prisoner now. You're prisoner to this person. But that was
like before I found out that she doesn't exist. That was the part of it that I actually did like in the beginning, where she feels trapped in that prison of wanting to leave somebody, and it's permeating every thought that you have, so much so that where he's like, what did you say? And you end up finding out that he can hear her thoughts because they are his thoughts.
Of course.
But it's almost like, oh my, did I say that out loud? Is it coming through? That like, just the intensity of those feelings when you're in a relationship, and that does happen. And then like wanting to go, and you're like dilly-dallying to make them leave. And I just felt like that power struggle, or whatever what was going on, was very relatable. Right. It's like, it makes you feel distraught. Like, but I thought that was a really beautiful, because sometimes you watch those movies where they portray like the tough parts of a relationship or leaving, and it just is so messy and grabs you by the chest. You know what I mean? Like, you're really in it, and you're like, why do I enjoy watching this? Because
you can relate.
Yeah, but it's like awful. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck.
I think it's because,
but it's still beautiful.
It is beautiful, and you like it even though it's awful, because you've felt it, and seeing it is validation that other people feel it, and you're sharing in something.
Yeah, it just feels like art.
So, yeah.
I feel like art's supposed to make you feel something,
So-
whether it's a book or a movie or a picture or something.
Yeah, and I agree that that feeling of like I don't want to be in this relationship anymore, and you're just looking at everything differently, and it's constantly like basically already gone in your mind. And you're just like fucking A. But then thinking about being in that mindset, and then being in a situation where they drove.
Yeah.
I need to get home to go to bed for work, or
Yeah.
I need to do something, and then them actively like, no, we'll leave in a little bit. We'll leave in a little bit, and then finally leave and let's stop for ice cream. Like all that shit would already being like, I don't want to be with this person anymore. And then on top of that, that person like,
Oh yeah, be
physically, because
the
mentally
fucking
you're
worst.
mentally in a prison in the relationship. You're physically captured by them when you're out in the middle of the snow. It's their fucking car. You're in the middle of nowhere, and that's it. You're literally you're physically prisoner. What are you gonna do?
Well, I like that too because I remember the first time we talked about it, I'm like, there's parts of it that feel like a fucking horror film. Like,
Yeah.
is he gonna snap? What's going on? And in that interview, they talk about how it is very loosely based on this novel because he changed so much.
Yeah.
But that novel is a psychological thriller, and I'm like,
Right.
there's just so much like this tangible darkness and
Yeah, like it does keep skirting
unpredictability
on this edge of it, like being like, what's in the fucking basement? Is it
Yeah,
just
it's like,
is it
what's
dog heads?
danger or something?
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There is, and it constantly you're waiting for the drop of like, oh, this guy's psycho and he's killed these people. Like whatever it is, you're constantly fucking waiting on it. But they finally get so after the snow, they get the little Tulsi Town fucking ice cream in the middle of a blizzard. They go. He's like, I'm gonna stop off at this high school, my old high school, to throw it away.
Well, in the interview, they did say that the Tulsi Town was obviously a completely made up chain, but it is based off of Dairy Queen, but they weren't allowed to use Dairy Queen in the film. And that was supposed to be a culmination of his high school experience. That's where he would go, and like those girls represented other people that he knew in high school and the way they made him feel all uncomfortable and all weird and shit and his insecurities. So I didn't know he went to the high school to throw it away. I think I must have dipped already. But I think
you had
that's
already
interesting
left.
that's...
Yeah, there's so much incredible detail throughout the entire movie. It's even down to like some of the actors or the names that they gave some of the actors, and it's just it's steeped in a bunch of shit that like outside of the social aspect of like, oh, these people represent the people we went to high school. It's like, okay, I can wrap my head around that. But once you start naming these like movies from the 60s that were like these great movies, and they're quoting all this shit and like quoting poems, it's like, what the I'm so out of this, I can't even follow along. They go to the fucking high school. He goes, and then he comes back. They're kissing. He's like, someone's watching us, like a fucking weirdo. Then he runs into the school, disappears. She's out in the car for so goddamn long, she's like, can't stand it anymore. So she goes into the school, and she runs into the janitor. Mm-hmm. And that's like basically the parting where they finally... It's because she sees the janitor is supposed to be the old Jake.
Is it though?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I didn't read that. I think that was like one of the questions I had because they didn't really necessarily say that.
Yeah.
Or if they did, I skimmed through it. Because once he starts asking questions about this like fucking animated pig or whatever romantic scene they keep like showing you in the beginning in the high school and stuff, I dipped out at that point. So I like skipped over all the questions they asked him in the interview. For
It goes from like being fucking weird to cue the Calliope music, cue the fucking clowns walking in, to just what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Because it's one of those things where the entire movie, nothing was like that. Like, nothing was weird like that. Like, yes, there was time shifts. People were old. People were young. But it wasn't... And there was, like, weird imagery, but it wasn't what fucking happened. So she meets the janitor, and they have this conversation. She gives this whole fucking speech, and it's supposed to be like, he's finally letting... The perfect girl doesn't exist. I'm finally letting it go. Mm-hmm. I'm over it. I'm letting it go. And so then the camera like backs up a lot, and you see the younger Jake like walks out in the hallway, and so now they're facing each other, and then a lookalike walks up behind her, and then a lookalike walks up behind him, and then the two of them leave, and so now it's the two lookalikes, and music starts playing, and
Is that when they start dancing or something?
And it's an entire dance number through the school. They're dancing. I think it's to like Oklahoma or some shit, right? And they're dancing through the whole school. They end up in the two of them end up in the gymnasium, the basketball court. Yeah. and he ends up getting in like a fight with this younger looking janitor, and the two of them are in like some kind of physical fight, and then he ends up the janitor stabs the younger one, and he falls down on the ground, and the blood.
Where's the animated pig come in?
And I'm getting there, and then of course then the regular Jake, the real Jake, comes walking out, and he looks at it, and he goes to go get something to clean it up, and she leaves, and that's like a long dance number. Mm-hmm. It's like 5-6 minutes of dancing, right? And then it cuts to this the old guy. He's locking up at work. He's all done. He walks to his truck. He sits in his truck.
I don't even like your synopsis because these are a bunch of fucking meaningless details. This is why I hate this movie.
I know, it's so stupid. He sits in his truck, and he's about to turn it on, but then he stops, and he starts panicking, and he strips down naked. He takes off his shirt, his clothes, everything. He's sitting there. He's like fucking panicking, and then his windshield turns into a fucking like projection screen, and you got the Tulsi Town thing dancing around, and all this other imagery and shit going on. And then all of a sudden, there's this. I can't remember if the animated pig is on first in the movie or not, but then he gets out, and the animated pig is there on the ground. It's a little cartoon pig with maggots coming out of its belly on the ground, and then they leave to go walk off. And it's this old guy this old fat guy walking in the snow with the pig. And then it goes to this like award ceremony, this big award ceremony. And Jake is up on stage, the original guy, with fake old people makeup. It looks like stage makeup. And then everybody in the audience looks just like that with fake old people makeup. And then he apparently gives some speech that's exactly identical to the, what's it called? Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. And
what?
Yeah.
What speech?
I don't know. I've never seen the movie.
You've never seen that movie?
Oh, here we go.
Oh my god, that's a cool movie.
It's. I mean, I know what it's about, and it's like this guy made it too. So.
Yeah, but I really appreciate the imagery in that movie and the emotion, and probably because I think those are like incredible actors, and it seems much more timeless. I think that's just also one, though, that is kind of frustrating or confusing at first. And then every time you watch it, you get it more and more, or you appreciate these different little blips of it.
Right.
Wow, that's like a must watch.
Sure thing. Let's put it on the list.
It has nothing to do with like your ability to tell stories, which obviously I'm a big fan of your storytelling.
It's just...
But like, I would rather fucking fold laundry than listen to that synopsis that you just gave. Like, stop.
It's just... It's already fucking weird, and then you add like all this weird pageantry, crazy fucking bullshit, and it's just it's like the entire thing is symbolism. It's like is there any connection to any kind of like real story? Or is it like I have to get my fucking secret decoder ring to watch this fucking movie?
Right.
It's like, and then it's almost like it's made to make you feel stupid. Like if you were to join the water cooler, like everyone would be talking about it as if they realize those things, but everyone secretly knows they went on. They fucking read that interview.
Yeah, it's maddening. It makes it, but it's upsetting. The confusion is upsetting. There are two things I want to say though before I forget.
Go ahead.
One thing that I do really like this one time, just this one time, I won't talk again. One thing that I do like is that I feel like, especially in some of like the dinner table scenes or where they're all just talking for so long, and they mention that a lot of viewers feel this way, or that was intentional in the interview, where you're just so hanging on to every fucking word because it's like almost a sense of suspense or trying to understand and everything we're talking about. But I feel like we listened to that or watched it all, and then an hour of it went by, and it felt like it went by so fast. It was like, it didn't drag out, which is really weird because this is like 2.5 hours or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just thought it was really well done or well written in a very cryptic sort of way that like actually captivated you enough to hang on to every word when no one's fucking saying anything. That time actually goes by fast instead of being like, oh my God, it's only been 7 minutes. I feel like we've been watching this for a half hour, where I felt like we'd been watching it for 15 minutes and we paused it to take a break and it had already been an hour.
Yeah.
I thought that's like really
it
cool
happened
for good writing. You know what I, or like
right.
Whatever.
It's the shittiest movie
that
warps. It's warped time fucking twice. The first time it did that, like when the two of us, we were watching it together, we turned it off. And then when you got up, I looked, It had 49 minutes
remember when you
left. It
said
had
that, yeah.
49 fucking minutes left. You got up and left, and I watched it, and then the ending came. Even with throughout all that crazy shit that I'm like, I can't wait till it's over.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it ended. I'm like, there's no fucking way. And that was it.
Yeah, because you said out loud, you're like, there's no way that was just 40 minutes.
There's no fucking way.
Cleaned 2 bedrooms. Like, for me, I'm like, no, that was 40 minutes because I did a lot of shit in that amount of time, but I can imagine how you felt.
I've never, usually if it's such a dog shit movie, you feel every minute.
Every minute,
Every minute. But
you did really keep your cool, though, because, like, I feel like I don't...
Well, here's the thing. I feel like you may have started reading your little article before.
I didn't. Absolutely not.
You didn't?
No. I read the article for the first time today when I got home from work.
Okay.
I beat you there. I thought I only had 20 minutes, but then you ended up having to stay a little bit later, so I had like a full hour. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I really wanted to read this, and I felt like there was going to be more to read. So I started reading. That was the first time. Even when you told me you were excited to tell me what was going on the other day, I hadn't read anything at that point.
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah.
The other thing I wanted to say, before I forget, is you know what they don't fucking talk about? Is the fucking weirdness of his parents and their family and the dinner and like the excessive drawn out laughing that goes on for like 90 seconds and is really uncomfortable and like, is this mental illness? Is this delusion? Are they on drugs? Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Like, I get everything that they're saying, all these like compounding all these fucking shit from his imagination and his life.
Times in his life.
Yeah, and like I get all that, but like why is everybody so fucked up? Like why does this seem like some Alice in Wonderland bullshit?
Maybe because like because I was thinking like when the dog shakes and stuff like
or
that.
like they laugh forever.
I think maybe, and this is obviously speculation because it didn't say anything about it in the interview. Just like time, like when you remember things, it's kind of like different. It's like the time is different of like, I don't know. That's the only thing I can possibly explain it was because all of it's supposed to be some kind of imagination or memory for him. So like things that are like distortions in time are kind of like, I don't remember exactly how long someone like laughed for.
Yeah, that could be true. Or like feeling like they laughed forever, so then they make them laugh forever.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, but also for somebody that's like trying to create the perfect girl and where it fits in your life and all this big combination of all these women and all these stories, he sure seems fucking miserable. Like he's miserable. He hates his family. He hates everything. He's not a happy person.
Yeah. Well,
it's all.
It's what makes you a janitor who has a heart attack in their truck and leaves in the snow naked with a fucking dead pig.
With an animated maggot pig?
Animated maggot pig. Cool movie, right, everybody? Awesome. I'm thinking of ending things. I'm sure you could still watch it and still... it's going to be different, knowing that...
I'd rather watch Cuties.
Yeah, I'd rather watch that.
Dude, that's like, seriously, I thought of that and I was saving it because I'm like, that's the best way I can fucking
I'd rather
describe.
That's a good way to, instead of not even fucking spare yourself, I'd rather watch Cuties.
Which was, I feel like, the only other thing we've watched that was like hard to get through, where you and I were like looking at each other like, fuck, dude, how much longer?
Can I be done?
And that was like an hour and a half, and that shit felt like 3 hours.
If it wasn't for all the sweet hot poon in it, I mean, I couldn't even make it through.
I know, right? I just can't even resist.
Yeah. Well, guys, what did you think about this movie? Or if you watch it, what do you think about? Like, go ahead and watch it and then come back and write into roadsodamail@gmail.com. Or you can call and leave a message on the answering machine, 706-200-1213. Kristie, you want to say something?
No, I was just thinking about how Anna was trying to talk to us about that movie.
About what?
When we were visiting your sister or visiting your family. I wish I wouldn't have been so gung. I was like, don't spoil it. I don't want to talk about it yet because I was waiting for like this big culmination of like sense or this big moment of movement. You know what I mean? And I just really wish that we would have talked about it, or I would have just taken her fucking advice to never watch that fucking movie.
Yeah, she's like, I fell asleep and I woke up and it was still on, and I fell asleep again and woke up and it was still fucking on.
Yeah, but it would have been like fun to talk about that shit with somebody else too.
Yeah, for sure. She would have I'm sure she would have enjoyed talking shit about that movie with you. But hopefully next week, our movie will be a little more enjoyable. We're going to keep it festive, guys. Keep the movies, or keep the Millennial Book Club festive, in with the season. And around here, we're pretty Jewish, so we celebrate Hanukkah. So the next movie...
Does your family really celebrate Hanukkah in any capacity?
Who was it that was... It was somebody that was like in your family that was asking me about Hanukkah. Maybe it's like your mom.
Probably.
And she's like, you guys can celebrate Hanukkah in this. I'm like, I've celebrated Hanukkah like 2 times my whole life.
So you have.
Yeah.
But you guys don't.
And like celebrated like twice. But she kept going on about it like it's a tradition that I need to keep.
Oh, yeah, that's absolutely.
I've done it like twice. It's not a tradition. That's not. I'm not going to make it one now. So this one is Jingle Jangle.
I don't remember saying that we were going to watch that, but I think it's very funny.
Decades after his trusted apprentice betrayed him, a once joyful toy maker finds new hope when his kind and curious granddaughter comes into his life.
Have you watched a preview for this?
I did. It's got Forrest Whitaker.
Is it funny?
No, it's just like a cute Christmas movie.
Cute?
Yeah. Just like a wholesome Christmas movie.
Oh, my. I'm surprised you chose that.
Why? It looks like a good Christmas movie. A decade, yeah. Well, and it's got Forrest Whitaker, Keegan-Michael Key.
Love him.
And Hugh Bonneville. Don't know who that is.
I don't either, but...
Directed by David
Then I would have
E.
definitely watched it. I didn't realize...
And on my personal account, I'm a 94% match. But...
now I want to know what my...
I want to see what you are. You're probably a 99.999% match.
I haven't watched that many Christmas movies yet. Only a couple.
Yeah. It's not the reason I'm saying it.
Oh.
It's because there's black people in the movie.
Dude, my sister, also a chocolate aficionado. Especially during the holidays, strictly loves to watch black Christmas films.
Oh, she's got Tyler Perry's Christmases lined up.
It can be the cheesiest, lamest Hallmark shit, but if it's like brown sugar on brown sugar, she's like, you have to watch it. It's so good.
Oh my God.
I'm a 95% match.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, I see the little video now. That does look like a good Christmas movie. I can't believe you chose this. I'm actually kind of happy.
Well, yeah. We put something on the other day and that preview started playing and I was like, oh, let's do that. And I was like, oh, wait, we got to do the back half of Who's It Calls It's.
Fold your laundry?
Fold your fucking laundry. All right, everybody. Be sure, watch Jingle Jangle and write into roadsodamail@gmail.com and let us know what your thoughts are. How about this? If you do write into the show, we read everything on the show. Like anybody that writes in, we read it. Doesn't matter what it is. Even if
quick ticket to fame.
It's your quick ticket to fame. But also, we'll send you a fucking dope ass little handwritten thank you card on a Road Soda postcard. Send it right to your.
And I'll spray it with my perfume.
Yeah, and I'll wipe my butt with it.
And I'll draw boobs on it.
I'll put my butt sweat on it. And we'll draw boobs.
You won't be able to
sweat.
read that anymore.
It'll be soaked. It's going to get ruined. Yeah. All right. Jingle Jangle. Miss Chechabetchas. How'd that one feel?
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
So good. I was like, so good.
Couple.
Are you reading texts? Were you reading texts when we were making love?
What?
Not bad. That was like oh, it's so good. Yeah.
Oh.
That's good.
I was like, wait, what?
I should have elaborated on it.
Oh my God.
I forget that not everyone's inside my head. I have to express things with my mouth.
That was so good. Were you reading texts while we were making love?
Oh, yeah, babe. That's so good. I mean, what? No.
Watching TV behind you?
Mm-hmm. You're like laughing. What? It's a weird. What did you learn?
That for a really shitty movie, there's a lot to talk about.
You're right, yeah. For a movie that I would wish on no one's... That'll warp your fucking time, space, everything. I would... yeah, there was a lot to talk about. And I know there are people out that are going to love that movie. Especially kids maybe the age that we... I saw Donnie Darko. There'll be groups of kids who are like, wow, this... Because it makes them look cool. Because there's something so heady about it. And wow, look at this movie. There's so much going on.
Mm-hmm.
So
I also learned that Nigeria has superheroes.
yeah, it has a wizard problem.
And
Also.
I learned
It's actually
shockingly,
Ethiopia has wizard.
I thought it
Don't
was
say that about
Nigerian.
Nigeria. In Ethiopia.
It
Yeah,
was
the
said
wizard
Nigerian.
problems.
We'll settle this later.
Well, maybe the guy was Nigerian, maybe. I don't
Maybe
know.
that's what it was. I also learned that shockingly, you draw the line of gas station food at tuna salad and egg salad when you'll eat fucking anything. I feel like in my family, you're known as the guy who will eat anything. You gonna throw it away? Isaiah will eat it.
I'll take it. I'll take a bite of it, which is good.
What'd you learn?
I'm actually, I learned that you are capable of learning things. I learned it just now. I think out of all the episodes we've ever done, you've pulled out more things that you've learned than any other time.
I didn't fight you about
You
it.
didn't go, you
Not
just-
shit.
yeah, you thought about it for a second, and then you piped up with a bunch of things you learned. And now here I am struggling. I learned that giant tapeworms can make you hallucinate.
9 meters long.
9 meters. It can grow up to 9 meters. That's the big beefy boy.
How much is a meter? 3 feet? Oh, that's a yard.
Yeah. Well, it's about the same.
About the same?
It's about the same.
So like 27-foot tapeworm.
yeah, that's right.
That's
baby.
fucking disgusting. Jesus.
And it's fucking in there, wriggling around. It's like this. It's like flat too.
Yeah, I know. It's a tapeworm.
It's. Oh! I just got why they called it tapeworm.
Are you trying to be a jerk right now?
Kind of.
Did you run another?
Yeah, I knew. I was trying to think of a joke too, like maybe he's in there videotaping stuff. He's recording things. He's a newsworm.
So you learned about big tapeworms.
I learned that it can make you hallucinate because it saps you of vitamin B12, makes you hallucinate. Let's see. I learned that.
I confused the Muslims and the Jews.
And I also learned how much you really hate the Jews. Which is, it's a new development for me too, guys. I'm just learning this one now, how much he really hates them. It's weird.
I learned how much you hate Ohio and
It's like
Ohioans.
50% of the show is Jewish, and the other 50 is Ohioans.
I like
So-
how you're Jewish and I'm Ohioan.
Right.
Nothing else.
Yeah. Sucks to be you. Sucks to be an Ohioan. Doesn't it, everybody? Any listeners from Ohio? Also, shout out, if you're listening and you're listening this far, shout out to whoever's listening in Latvia. Every once in a while
Right?
we get a boatload of listens from Latvia. So, hey, shout out to Latvia. You guys, write in, where are you listening from? If you want to write in, roadsodamail@gmail.com and tell us the cool place you listen to our show from. Or you can call in and leave a message and we'll play it on the air. And the number is 706.
200-1213.
That's right. For once. I should have said this shit at the beginning of the show, too.
Oh,
Anyway,
you should have.
everybody, have a great week. And please,
Go fuck yourself. I'm so sorry. I really am.
like she's got Tourette's or something. She doesn't. She didn't have Tourette's.
Go to bed early. Get some sleep. It's really important.
Remember when she wanted to go to bed so early? Last episode, she's like, go to bed early. But now she's like, fuck that. I'm not sick. What are you, allergic to sleep? Stupid. And real quick, of course, for next week's Millennial Book Club, watch Jingle Jangle. And whatever your thoughts and feelings are on that, you can also write into roadsodamail@gmail.com or the phone number, 706.
474-3964.
We don't want your old phone number to your Ohio house.
That's 614-433-9638.
Oh, jeez. Don't call that, everybody. But do call 706
200-1213.
I hope you guys got that. Everybody
so sorry.
have... It's not a test to see if you know the number. It's to give it to the people who don't have the number. No, they got it. They got it. It's the same as what you said before, too. Thank you, everybody. Have a great week. Go to bed early.